But I'm not a naturally quick player, so if it's 5 minutes, I need to use 5 minutes. So it's unlikely I'd score for the team anyway, but let's see. 2086, good luck. Let's play Sicilian. I'm trying to mix the openings up slightly. Like maybe play 2 openings instead of 1. Okay, what do we want to do here? Let's just get castled, I think. Like I say, it is 5 minutes, so we don't want to go too quick. Okay, develops. I'm going to bring the bishop up and try and charge this bishop, I think. So we'll do that now. I don't think I'm blundering, but I could be. So he has castled, so we could trade, or we can just still develop. I think I'm just going to push a pawn gently first. It might walk into bishop down. A little bit of a nuisance, but we still have a square for the knight here, so let's get developed now. We just need to find a way to fully unwind. Here. I mind you, if he comes down, is that a problem? Is it a problem? Let's come across first. Possibly. We're a little bit cramped, aren't we? So what about this way then? Yeah, I'm going to push the e-pawn instead of the d-pawn, and let's just see how he reacts to it. I think I can take the knight or the pawn. He does actually push though, so I might get a King's Indian type structure now. I'm going to go out wide and maybe jump in, give up the knight to get rid of the bishop and break my structure in the process. I'll just click the little heater on there, but it's not too cold today. Okay, stop that idea. So we could still risk f5, but takes and we go with a rook. Pawn down, we do actually hit the knight, so maybe it's playable. Let's risk it, why not? Maybe going slightly quick here, even though I'm down on the clock, because it is a 5-minute game, this one. Ooh, can I take now? I know there's a hit here. I know there's a hit to the rook. I probably should take the rook first. If you attack here, you attack the rook as well, but we can take here, queen takes, knight across, indirect attack to the knight. Yeah, I'm going to go rook first, but do we just push on here? This is risky, of course, but we do hit the bishop. You won't want to take here, will you? I'm going to risk it and push on. I'm just going to go for big risk here. If he pushes, I think I'll just take the bishop. So he has taken. So we're sacking a pawn here. But we could take back with a pawn to get a tempo here and jump forward maybe. I think I'm going to risk that. This knight could be a bit stuck. But if you take here again, I take the bishop. Otherwise, maybe just knight up. So he has come forward. I think I want knight up here still though. Then if you take either way, we can risk maybe take with a pawn, but it does give our opponent a protected pass pawn, so it's a very risky position, isn't it? That's chess, so. And he has taken as well. Do I want rid of the bishop for this structure, actually? Yeah, because if he gets rid of the knight, it gives us a chance to activate the queen. Doesn't mean it's good, but it gives us a chance to at least pretend to get forward. Maybe pawn up knight across before a new queen waddles into the game. Knight down threatens this, of course. But check, and then pawn up. We attack the rook. Or we get the rook behind. Let's throw the check in. There is a chance for an attack, or rook across. Then if knight in, we hit the rook. But here, we hit the rook and we threaten a check. It's got to be strong, surely. If you come in, we just get out the way with a check. We guard the pawn here. We hit the rook here. But check across, check up, take a pawn. That's the current position. And if the king comes across, maybe we pin the knight. So does that actually help him? Because we've got knight in as well. Knight in, he's then got knight across, but we still have a check, but we'd lose this pawn. So let's throw the check in. So check up. Or what about rook across first or knight up first? As rook across, he can push down. I'm going to play knight across, but I don't see a follow-up. That's a problem. But down, I mean, I'm kind of covering this, but I'm not really getting back, am I? So this pawn could just run now. Maybe that's the problem. Because check, it looks like he's actually safe. How do I get through? Oh, he's gone for a trade. That can't be good. Oh, that surely is just losing. Because here, and we check now. If you come across, we check again. Oh, maybe it's not losing though, but I've got rook across. And how does the king escape? Yeah, this should be winning. You have to give up your queen, I think. I mean, or give up your rook here. Otherwise, it's just checkmate. The queen can block, but we just take the queen. So surely this is winning, but I might be missing something. Any game I can miss one key move and it's over. But the king's got nowhere to run and there's a mate in one threat on the board. But queen across, I think, is the only move to avoid it, and we just take the queen. So we get a very good win in that first game, very good. Right, let's just take a look and see how we actually played this game. So they're the move times for both players there. We're black for this one. Let's request an analysis. So it is quite up and down at the end here, and we're worse for most of the game, and then it's turned around at the end. So we've got a little bit lucky, but just trying a different opening that I don't normally play, so you're more likely to go wrong. So we gradually get worse up to move 16. So we're just being that a little bit outplayed here. Should not have played knight there. Should have actually gone forward instead of more defensive. And here we should have played knight over to f6 instead of risking it with f5. Okay. But knight to b5 was a blunder from opponent. We should have taken the pawn immediately there. Yeah, because you can see after the queen captures, you do hit the knight. But a move like knight across, and you're actually then blocking it. But it was the right move to do though, so... Just says f takes e4, doesn't give a further line there. So taking the rook was a blunder, because we've gone from plus 1.3 to minus 1.9 for us, so quite a turn. But then we move on to this point. This is where it then turns. So you should have played queen to f3 there instead of knight in. Then it just quickly turns here with pawn up. Queen over is a losing blunder. Oh, I've got knight check there. And you can't take, of course, because you lose your queen. So king across. What would be the follow-up? Oh, you just take the queen and then you just push the pawn. So that's a nice idea. So this is the line that we should have played. Queen takes, f2 check. And the king has to move out the way because them squares are covered. And then you can just grab a pawn instead of queening. And then you just go back and you do it next move. You've just taken a pawn. Then you make your queen and you gain the rook. And you're just completely winning as long as you don't blunder something away. Still got to deal with this pawn, of course, but that would have been nice. And then that's another final blunder here. So we take, and then it's 8.5 and it's basically, I think you have to give up the queen here. Otherwise, how do you stop the checkmate? So in the end, we got a good win, but a bit fortunate. We were getting outplayed for most of the game. So it was 80% versus 68, CPL 54 and 84.